So it would seem that Ubisoft has decided to implement a new kind of DRM. Flame wars have already started up left and right over piracy versus legitimacy, one side stating that their piracy, why can't I pronounce that right now, is due to wanting to avoid the major inconveniences that DRM saddles players with, and the other blaming the pirates for making DRM necessary. It goes back and forth quite frequently here, but what both sides here tend to forget is that pirates are not the only people who feel competitive. As impossible as it is, the company wants to make a program that is unbreakable. So much so that they're willing to forget about the customer's convenience in favor for a tighter level of security. You remember when Diablo 2 was called unhackable? It's probably now the most easily hacked game on the market. Spore was considered uncrackable, and it reached the most frequently pirated game ever. A lot of numbers float back and forth as the company justifies its actions to the public, but when you put everything aside, they are human too, and just as prone to feeling the need to win the piracy war, and as such, threats that one will pirate the game because someone will crack it in a few weeks anyway may do little more than frustrate those people into thinking that they need to go for even harsher standards. Now, the war has been going hard between DRM and pirates both in the gaming and music industries, but the real losers are the paying customers. It's not the president of the company that pays the bills, it's not the CEOs, not even the stockholders. And the golden rule of business is, without the customer, there is no business. Ubisoft, EA, and whichever other companies are feeling the need to make harsh, punishing, or controlling software, you should start keeping this in mind. When you make your game harder to play, when you make people afraid to install your game because your DRM can potentially cause harm one way or another, or when you treat your customer poorly, treat them like thieves, you lose money. You lose business. And for all of you who may be listening to this, stand up for your rights. Would you shop at a store that made you go through a full body check every time you leave to make sure you didn't shoplift anything? Probably not, because it would make you feel untrusted and unwelcome. So tell them this. Tell them that you won't shop from them unless they treat you like a paying customer and not a potential criminal, and end this war for good.